So, how many types of sheep do you have?
We have 2 different types of sheep.
Okay.
Three different types of sheep.
Okay.
There's over 100 different breeds of sheep, though.
Yeah. Ask what kinds of sheep.
So we have Shetland sheep. These ones here, the big white ones, in the back there, they kind of we sheared them in end of March. I mean, take their wool off. So as their wool grows now, it'll become really curly.
Okay.
I'll show you a picture in the middle what they look like. Really curly, and the Leicester long wools are a real historic sheep. George Washington had them at the White House.
Okay.
And then they became kind of extinct in the U.S. And actually Colonial Williamsburg has brought them back to the U.S. And so they're what's called a rare breed. And so are the Shetlands actually.
Okay.
But there's more Shetlands, I guess, in the U.S. than Leicester Longhorns.
Okay.
That has not been sheared. And of course here's where it has been sheared. You can kind of see the difference right up there. And then here's the wool that they've sheared off.
And it says sheer madness.
Yep, and it doesn't hurt them at all. It's just like getting a haircut. What do we use to shear the sheep? Oh, okay. Well, we have a professional shearer come in.
Okay.
And he brings it's like a big haircut, like we would use for haircuts. A big has a blade on it like this with little. It's like a what do you want to call it? Well, some people will get their hair cut with them, but it's really a big shearer, and he comes in and he sets that up, and he can shear these sheep, all of them, in about a couple hours.
Okay.
So he goes really fast, and we shear them once a year. The Shetlands once a year. We sheared them at end of March, and then the Leicester Longwools, because they grow so fast, we shear them again in the fall.
Okay. How long does it take to shear one sheep?
One sheep? A professional shearer can shear one sheep. Depends on the size, obviously. If there's a lot bigger sheep, it's going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes.
Okay. What do you do with the wool?
We'll show you that in a little bit. We make yarn, and we make roving for hand spinning.
Okay.
We use the wool, and the Shetlands and the Leicester Longwools have very good wool for making yarn. That's kind of why we raise them. There's a lot of other breeds that don't have a nice wool. That we raise the Shetlands because we like their wool.
Okay.
Do you like me? Black one, and the Shetland rams have horns, and that's a Leicester Longwool ram there. And then he's a lot bigger, and he'll have the curly fleeces. And then this is my other Shetland ram. He kind of got in the pen with these guys. But this is the one that's the dad of most of my lambs this year. And they need to go outside, but I got to get that fixed up so they can go outside and enjoy the weather. But see, that Shetland rams have horns.
So, approximately how many sheep do you get each year when they have babies?
Shetlands are the only ones we're breeding right now, and Shetlands typically have twins or singles, which means just one. And this year we had some triplets. So we really don't know until we, and it also depends on how many we have that are going to be moms. We can limit that. Like this year we tried to only have like 12 moms, and then we could end up with 24. But sometimes you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes there'll be just a single. Now this one down here, Dot, we call her Dots because she's got spots. She hasn't had hers yet, but she looks like she's going to have twins. But I don't know. She hasn't had hers yet. Yeah, you want to go back and play with your friends. washed this up in the other building, and it's really hot water because if you felt the raw stuff,
Yeah.
I'll find some in a minute. It's got like a grease on it, and that's lanolin, which is really good for your skin actually, and that's what helps the sheep stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And then so we wash it. We can get all the hay out of it. So this is just washed wool. And see, this is from a sheep that has real curly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of curls in there.
Mhm. So then we put it in. Take it, bring it down. We wash it and dry it up in the other building. We bring it down here. This is the first piece of equipment. It's called a picker. And you can see it has a bunch of spikes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called
Really
a picker.
Mhm.
So what it does is it throws it in here. What it's doing is it's just opening the fiber up. See how that's different from what we started with?
This is like fibery.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
There's a lot of air inside of it.
It like breaks up the curl.
Yep.
It's like
Uh-huh.
a hairbrush.
Yep. And so that's what that does. And some of the hay will drop out and stuff. And the next step is the carder. This is the carder. And
That has a lot of spikes too.
it's very, very sharp. Yeah, you don't want to get
And
near
it says do not operate without guards.
That's right. So it's very, very sharp. So it just brings it in through here and it puts it on this roller here. And then the other rollers work and take and kind of do the carding for it. And what the carding is doing is it's just kind of brushing out the wool and making it all even, all in the same way. We were running some alpaca here earlier, so we'll put it over here. And then this is a comb, and it combs it off. Okay?
Okay.
It's okay? Turn it on. And you can see how it comes, how the rollers go, and then it comes off here. You put it through here, and then that makes roving. You can hardly see it because it's white. But it comes off here. Okay? Let's see, we're just... So we put it through here and it comes out as roving. I'll show you some roving over there. And it's ready for somebody who does hand spinning.
Okay.
On a spinning wheel. And I'll show you what a spinning wheel is over on the other side. And then it's ready to go. They use that. Now if we're going to spin it, we need to line the fibers all up a little bit better. And so we take it through, watch your step. We take it through, this is called a pin drafter. It's a series of combs in there.
Yeah, I can see,
See
all
'em?
those cones.
Mm-hmm. They're going this way and they're going this way. So that pulls the fiber through and lines it all up so it's all even. Okay? That's how you make consistent yarn. So this is a roving, what I was talking about. That's a roving.
Yeah.
We're going to feed it up over here. And then we're going to spin it for you. So we're going to take this
It's set up for a twist right now.
and we're going to turn it into yarn, okay? That's what this machine does. And we can change all the settings on it to make different kinds of yarn. We're spinning, this is an alpaca. It's not a wool, but you would do it the same way with wool.
Now it's going to get a little loud here.
No.
Not that loud, but...
Okay, this is yarn. And this is a wool yarn. See, that's what's called a single, because there's only one piece of it.
Yeah.
Okay? So then we'll take it, and I'll show you how we do that. We twist it. We take it, we twist it back. And that makes the finished yarn a 2-ply. It uses 2 of them. That makes yarn. Okay, Now this is going to be a little bit loud. It's not bad. It's just, this has, the equipment is just a little bit loud. Yeah, it's just going to cover that darker yarn, and it will fill up this whole spindle. I think we have 1,000 yards in there, in that barrel. We'll spin 2, because they're the same. We can spin 2 of them at the same time, and 1,000 yards in about an hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours. It's alpaca. But that makes a finished yarn right there. Yeah. And then we take this, we put them up here, and we reverse the twist, send it the other way, so that these are spinning the other way, and then we bring it down here and put it on here, and that's how we make the 2-ply. This is the difference is 2-ply. Well, actually, this is 3. So I put 3 of them together, but you can see how it's more rounded and more thicker. Yeah, that makes a 3-ply yarn. These are not twisted yet. What was I going to tell you? See, we made some. We made some that's really, really thin. See, that was really
thin.
Yeah, right. So we can make it thinner, or we can make it thicker by changing the machine a little bit. That's how we make yarn.
Okay.
And then we put it over here on the skein winder, and that's how we send it back to the customer. Is in these skeins like this. These are 250 yards, and these are 150 yards. This is a finished one. This is alpaca, and it's 150 yards. So you could use this to knit with. Yeah. Some people do that, or weaving, like to make rugs, something like that.
Or you could just use it as string.
Or you could use it as string. Right there you go. But anyway, so this is wool. This one's a wool, and that's the natural color. That was the color of the sheep. Of course, the white ones. We also do dyeing. So, like, did you see my yellow sheep up there? My purple sheep? My turquoise sheep?
I'm guessing that you dyed it.
We dyed it, right! So we can dye in all different colors, and then we can make colored yarn too.
Yeah.
So there's a million things you can do with wool. You just have to use your imagination. You can do a million things. Wool hats out of it. This is our just a toy sheep, just a stuffed toy sheep.
It's a toy sheep.
Yeah. Somebody made a sweater, really nice sweater. These my mother-in-law did, and those are pictures that are all made with wool. That's called needle felting. This is wool on the inside of that jacket, on the inside of the hat. Okay. We have dusters that are for dusting your, these are wool dusters. These work really well on your ceiling because they really attract the dirt. And wool socks. These are all wool socks. They're wonderful. One of the nice things about wool is it's warm in the winter and it's cool in the summer because it breathes. It's natural and it breathes, just like on the sheep. Our sheep will get pretty heavy wool on them this summer, but they won't be hot. They won't you can't keep them in the sun without water, obviously. You give them some shade, but they won't get overheated, really. I suppose if you didn't shear them for years and years, but,
Yeah.
right. What else do we have? These are actually made from 100% wool, so you can make clothes, obviously. These are made from 100% wool. This is some of the yarn that we make. Okay, so these are from our sheep. So, for example, this is Shetland. We put this sparkly stuff in there. They went sparkly sheep.
Sparkly sheep.
These are Shetlands. This is a natural color Shetland. This might be this is a natural color. A lot of grays. We have a lot of gray Shetland. Okay, and then the Leicester long wool. Actually, don't have any white Leicester long wool. We've dyed it all. So we took and we dyed. This one we dyed with like 3 different colors and mixed that together. These ones we dyed, and then on the spinning frame we can twist 2 different colors, so we can make 2 different colors like that. So I do a lot of that. These ones we dyed. This is our Leicester long wool. But the thing about them is, look at it's really shiny yarn. Really shiny. It's very pretty. The Shetlands will make really nice sweaters. You can make slippers. We have a lot of different slippers made with wool. Wool hats, wool pillows. Earmuffs. Yeah, now this one, somebody took the roving, a friend of mine took the roving, and she put it on a loom which did weaving, and she made rugs. That's weaving. We have wool gloves, and these are the rovings that we've dyed. And then see that up there? That's the spinning wheel that you would use to make yarn right out of the roving. That's a hand spinning wheel. So instead of like on our spinning frame, you would use it on there. Okay, this is the Leicester long wool. This is what their fleece looks like. It's real curly. And then I had a friend who made a scarf out of it. Just washed them up and then made a scarf out of it. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. These are them. These are Leicester long wools right here. See?
Yeah.
And then this is really curly. It's really kind of cool fleece. My friend that makes the rugs, she also makes the purses. What else can I show you? Blankets, of course, 100% wool blankets. And then we have a lot of different slippers and moccasins made with sheepskin and wool. Mattress pads, socks. These are all rovings here that we dyed. So this is all roving that we dyed here. And we sell that to people who want to use it on the spinning frame or the spinning wheel, or they want to make some needle felting things. Any other questions you can think of? Let's see, what else I want to show you. Oh, they take the lanolin, that was the grease I told you about, and they make hand cream out of it, and they make soap out of it, shampoo, has lanolin in it. These are insoles for your shoes. Got a pair of boots, you can put insoles in there and keep your feet warm.
Yeah.
Oh, my mother-in-law makes a lot of these little animals. So this is all needle felting, and you can make little animals, 3-dimensionals, or you can make the flatter, the pictures-like things. So just a million things you can do with wool. A million things.
So sheep eat 3 main things in their diet. The first thing they eat is grass. The second thing they eat is clovers. And finally, the third thing that sheep eat is they eat forbs. You might be wondering what that is. We'll explain it later. Okay, the first thing sheep eat is grass. It's really common. It's in a lot of people's backyards. The second thing sheep eat is clovers. They're pretty common, so. And the third thing they eat is forbs, which is flowers and weeds, that sort of stuff.